Greetings everyone and welcome to another video with me, Enrage, and today we're going to be talking about something that got announced yesterday that Umbra just did not do. Is Umbra talking about the 25 million downloads? Why no. Is Umbra talking about this 25 million download page or this or this? Well, the producer letter did have a little bit, but today we're getting the full package deal, and once again JP players are pretty unhappy. So, Guild War has effectively been around for a very, very long time. And it's essentially been 3 versus 3. And if your characters die, well, then you only have 2 left, or 1 left. And then you have 0 left, you're not doing any attacks. The goal has always been 2 attacks, 6 stars. That's been the gold standard. If it's limited and someone can pass you a extra turn, well, great, awesome, can do even more. But that being said, there's going to be an implementation in the February JP for this, which is called the reserve slot. And this is the thing that JP players are incredibly upset about. And to be fair, I'm pretty much with them. It's not something that I'm overly excited about. And yeah, so if there is a unit that cannot be dispatched due to being unable to participate in battle, the next battle will be carried out with standby units replenished in that slot. If the number of units formed is starting of 2 or less, they will be replenished from reserve units in the same way. You can have up to 2 slots in your backup party. The reserve units will be replenished automatically from the units formed in the first frame of the reserve party. With this implementation, the number of attacks per party will be limited to a maximum of 3, which, sure, all right, this is kind of interesting because I do see like 2 attacks in the preview, but they say that be limited to 3, which is a little bit weird. They go into a bunch of examples. So, example 1, during a guild battle, if the unit in the second slot of the starting party is dead, the next battle will start with units from the backup party being replenished in the second slot of the party. If the dead unit position that are missing will remain as they are, the backup units will be added in the slots of dead units. When the guild battle, if the third slot is not formed, units from the backup party will be added to the third slot, and the guild battle will start with the starting party having 3 units. And alright, application of ability effects. The ability effects and master abilities of vision cards equipped and on the reserve will occur in the same way as the units in the starting slot. The effects of the same party will not overlap. Each effect will occur even if you are unable to fight. Stars for backup. So if a standby unit is dead, it will lose the star in the same way as when a starting unit is killed in battle. In addition, there's a slot with no units at starting lineup or backups. Star will be unconfigured for units lost in battle by defending party is wiped out. I mean, we could go into in depth about how crazy this is, about changing something that has been well established for a long time that people are just generally okay with, or the fact that this is probably pushing people to spend even more money on more vision cards and more stuff as we continue on. And that is probably true. Wotv is pushing people to spend money. Otherwise, we would not have seen an extra character last month in a purchasable fashion. Simple fact is that they want more money. It's a business. That's always the end goal. And to that extent, I mean, from what I've read in some people's comments, Essentially, what JP players seem to just want instead is just make it a 5v5 battle, if that's really what you want. If you want to push more characters out, sure, just do that. Just make it a 5v5. See what happens, kind of thing. Is it going to be crazy? Is it going to be nuts? Is it going to be way more chaotic? Yeah, but it's better than this reserve shenanigans stuff, which is, I don't know. I mean, I personally am not crazy about it. I'm not the biggest guild battle person ever, but it's content that I do almost every day, and I've kind of grown accustomed to the way it is. Just making it more overly complicated and more obtuse with just all these extra rules and whatnot, as opposed to just, if you want to up the cost of guild battle, just make it 5-on-5. That way people need more units. They need more vision cards. It still achieves the same thing, but it's not as convoluted, it's not as dumb, and it probably wouldn't have raised as much anger about it. I don't know. I mean, is there really that much to discuss about this? Probably. I've heard that Odaiba has done a really long video talking about his sentiments, and JP players are upset and going into more detail. Personally, where I am right now in Wotv is I'm kind of over it when this stuff happens. Like, holo vision cards happen, fine. I mean, it's not going to change my overall playing, except that I just feel like I'm going to get less vision cards in the future, which is going to make me less interested in playing the PvP content, where those vision cards make the biggest difference. Because eventually all the solo, like single player content gets easier over time as stronger units come out, and I do eventually get a few stronger VCs with what limited resources I have. I'm just not particularly interested in these shenanigans anymore. I'm also still relatively annoyed just with the rollout of Water Veritas, which has been obtuse and strange and not as much fun as Wind Veritas, which was a high moment. So yeah, I mean, you want to go get more information about this, there is more information. It's just kind of just, to me, kind of bleh. I'm not feeling super angry about it, but it's hard to feel like this is something that's worth getting angry about. It's just annoying to me at the end of the day. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think of the whole reserve idea. Would you have just preferred a 5v5? Would you prefer this to not show up at all? Let me know in the comments, because this is something that's going to be happening on Global too eventually. I'm sure Globalers will be just as happy to see this as JP. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Later.